So I've brought the creamsicle back in the garage and I'm going to do another project on it. Hopefully it's done pretty quickly, but probably not. It's a 3/4 ton 8 lug and I want to make it a 5 lug. And so all the research I've done shows that I have to change the upper and lower A-arms. And I'm thinking, since I have to change the upper and lower A-arms, might as well put it on bags. So that's what my plan is to airbag this thing and see what happens. But I'm going to do it for cheap. I know there's plenty of videos out there if you buy all the components to do it, but I'm just buying the airbags and some fittings, and I'm going to modify the A-arms and the suspension. I haven't seen any good videos of it, so I'm going to do this so that maybe other people can see how to do it. I'll probably do it wrong, probably have to go back. But it's also so I know I can go back and look what I did in the future. So, let me show you what I'm thinking about. So I bought a 1978 half-ton 5 lug truck with no motor, no transmission, and it was clapped out. It was a piece of junk. So I pulled the front cross member off of it, all the suspension components. I pulled the rear axle out of it, and so this is where I'm starting. And all the videos I've seen of people doing this, they say they want to cut this bump stop out because they're worried about it interfering with the bag, which makes sense, but it also doesn't let you droop out. They don't tell you that. So you got to cut this. You got to cut this bump stop mount off of there, so you can get full droop. Because there's my bag in there. I've just got a plate. I've just got a plate sitting there. It's not made for that, but it's just sitting there to see where the bag needs to be. But the way the truck sits right now, from this corner to straight down here was 6 inches. And right now, this one, from that corner to that little fold is 4.5. So I've only went down 1.5 inches from where this truck sits now. So if I get rid of that bump stop, I'll have another 2.5 inches. So I think that'll look good. And again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna start hacking this and see what happens. But I've got to take this upper A-arm off and that lower A-arm and put it underneath this truck. So while I'm doing that, I'll probably do ball joints and stuff like that. So you can see I just set up this ratchet strap so I could pull that A-arm assembly up. And one thing I did is at every wheel well, I went from the floor and I made a mark on the crease in the wheel well there, from the floor to there. So that one's 31. Front one, same thing, is 31 7/8. So I went around, did all 4 corners, so I know where I was when I started and where it is when I'm done. So there's plenty of videos out there on how to do ball joints, so I'm not going to do that. It's a waste of time. What I did to remove this bump stop mount is I just took a 1/2 inch drill, drilled out those welds, and then it made a little hole in the thing, so I just welded those holes back up. I didn't go all the way through, it's just cleaning it up. So now I'll start disassembling this side. I'm going to put it on time lapse because, again, you guys don't need to know how to do all this. There's plenty of videos on that. So now I got to go remove the lower A-arm, and it's got those U-bolts back there. And when the cross member is out of the truck, those are really easy to get to. Or if your engine is pulled, but when not, getting to those U-bolts is a pain in the butt. So those are the ones that I took off that other cross member. So I've got every flavor of 7/8 wrench I have ready to go into there, and hopefully don't have to come back out for more tools. So throw a space blanket underneath, start pulling those parts out. So there it is, completely torn down. Both A-arms are off, shocks are off, brake caliper still hanging. You know, probably have to undo the hose at some point and bleed the brakes again anyways, but I'm trying to keep my wife from having to pump it up. So I think we're gonna try and see if this will make a video. If it does, you'll hear this part. If it doesn't, you won't. But I think that's as far as I'm gonna get tonight. So the next time you'll see me, I'm gonna make a template for the airbag that's gonna go there and get it all mocked up. So I have never put airbags on a truck or a car or anything. I've never done anything like this. I have lifted a couple of vehicles, but I've never lowered one or put anything on bags. And so this is the driver's side, and I've proved my concept of how I'm going to do it. So that's why I'm now going through with the other side that you guys have been watching. So this is where I'm at. So this is normal ride height with, you know, I think it was 2 coils I cut off the springs. This was ride height. I can about fit a fist right here. But this side, I've got the airbag in, but it's not plumbed yet, or it's not finished. I've just mocked everything up. So that's normal ride height. And that's full stuff. The only thing I've spent money on is the airbags and ball joints. I did buy that half-ton truck for all the half-ton components, but I parted it out and made my money back on that one, so all the suspension and half-ton stuff didn't cost me anything. So that's what it'll look like when it's just sitting there not driving. So I guess the way I look at this is, if you got a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of tools, anybody can pull this off. It's just some work. So next video I'll get into mounting the airbags and hopefully getting them plumbed up. So, and then once I get the front done, it'll be time to go work on the back side, which is removing the bed and the C-notch and all kinds of fun stuff. So I hope you're enjoying it. We'll see you next time.